Hello, I'm Matthew Parry, Director of SME Graduate Employment, the specialist graduate recruitment agency for small to medium sized businesses. If you're a student or graduate who's looking for work, I can't stress enough how important it is that you have a good, strong LinkedIn profile and that you use it. There's recruiters and employers looking every day on LinkedIn for people for jobs that they've got available, so it's important that you make yourself easy to find. I've written a blog that goes into a lot more detail that has tips and advice to help you with this. The link's in the comment, and I would strongly recommend that you have a look at that if you are interested. In the meantime, I'll cover some of the main points in this video. Your LinkedIn profile is essentially an online CV where people can find out a bit more about you and what you've been doing, and they can see if you're going to be a good match for jobs that they've got available. I use various methods to find graduates for the businesses that I help. And since I started the business, 23% of the jobs that I've filled have come from graduates who are found on LinkedIn. Generally, I've approached them because they looked to be a good potential fit for the job I had available, and the conversation started from there. So it's important to have a good, strong LinkedIn profile. It shouldn't take more than an hour to set up. And you need to be thinking about things like having a professional photograph, making sure that your work history is on there, that you've added skills that you've got. You can ideally get some testimonials from maybe previous managers in jobs that you've had or lecturers. You can join groups that are related to the industry you're looking to work in. You can follow businesses. There's all sorts of things that you can do. It's important that you have a strong headline so that it's going to be easier to find you. So it could be something that relates to you and what you've studied and what you're looking for. For example, 2024 marketing graduate looking for a digital role in London. And that's a nice summary of what you're looking for, and it'll make you easier to find. It's important to mark yourself as available for work. Now, there's two ways that you can do this. One of them's discreet, and only recruiters who've paid to get access to the professional LinkedIn license can find you. Or there's one that's public. It's got a green banner on your profile, which you may want to avoid if there's people that you don't want to know that you're looking for work. For example, if you're employed, even if it's in a temporary position. The blog goes into a lot more detail about how you can set them up. It's important to change them once you do get a job to mark yourself as no longer available for work. Otherwise, you are going to continue to come up in searches that recruiters do, and you'll continue to get messages even if they're no longer of interest. When you do get messages about jobs, I would strongly advise that you do reply to them. If you're interested, then great. Get onto it straight away, or you may miss out. The job may be filled if you leave it too long. If you're not interested, I would still advise sending a message, something brief, just to say thanks, but I'm not interested, so that at least the person who sent it knows. Or ideally, adding a bit more information about why you're not interested and what you would ideally be looking for. Then you never know, they may have something else for you. In terms of content, I don't think you need to be posting too regularly. If you're looking to work in social media or marketing, then you will need to do a bit more, but most jobs you won't need to be adding too much. There can be a lot of pressure to think of things to post, and sometimes it will just look like you're posting for the sake of it. So you probably read things about personal branding, etc. As I say, I think that's more important if you're looking for marketing based roles where you will be judged on how you use social media channels. If you're an engineer, for example, you don't need to be putting too much on there. If you see a post that you like in a industry related group, then that's great, add a comment, but don't feel under pressure to put things that you don't need to. It's more important that you spend your time productively by making sure that you are looking out for messages and connection requests and making yourself easy to find. If you do post something, I would strongly advise thinking about your target audience and whether they will like it. So your audience would generally be the people that you're looking to engage with and connect with. Again, using the example of an engineer, that if you're looking for an engineering related job, then it would be people like engineering managers, directors, people who work in HR for engineering companies, recruitment consultants. And while it may be tempting to share things like silly memes with your friends, just think that the people who you are looking to connect with would also see that. There is a phrase, "this isn't Facebook," and sometimes it pays just to think about that. If you want to have that as your personal brand and sharing these things, then go ahead and do it. But just do be aware of the risk that you may actually annoy some people, because especially if they see these things coming up regularly, they may not particularly want that on their feed, and you may find that you get unfollowed, or even worse, that someone removes the connection from you. So I think it pays just to step back and think, will this benefit me from posting this? And if the answer is no, then probably err on the side of caution and don't post it. So overall, I would say LinkedIn is a very useful tool for you. Make sure that you're using it regularly, that you are checking for messages about jobs, that you are checking for connection requests. You never know, you could end up with your dream job as a result of it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you enjoy the blog if you do read it. There's lots more advice on my website, sme-graduates.co.uk. There's lots of hints and tips about applications, interviews, etc. And there's also adverts for graduate jobs and placements and internships for undergraduates. Thank you.